Welcome to Magic Gathering Strat. I'm Dan, and I was looking at Scoopphasses YouTube channel at this video with 5,000 views. We just had our first video pass 1,000 views. That was the Hitler video. And I found this deck. It's an old deck. This video is like from 2009. But the deck looks so much fun, and it's all about Swirling Sandstorm. So I figured I should try it. I wanted to try it against Fillion because I had some good games with him earlier today, but he is not replying, so I am gonna run into the tournament practice room and play my stupid deck from 2009. So the idea here is to abuse Swirling Sandstorm, which is a very, very powerful card that David Schaffer told me about. I didn't even know it existed. And of course the interface of this software is screwing me over as usual. So I saved the deck, but it's not there, so now I'm saving it in the C root. And I have to go to local decks. And I'm gonna find it here, I figured. Pauper, Counterburn. So let's see what we can do. So this is the deck list. It's basically is a post without the good cards. So just trying to draw cards, bolt things, and cast Swirling Sandstorm and win with Muldrifters. This is kind of a casual video. Incinerate feels like a very dated card. There is the Sandstorm. Well, let's just go for the island, I guess. I wonder if I want to run more of this because I want to have a threshold earlier. Island. Pouncing Jaguar seems like 2009 too. Or 1999 even, it was when it was printed. Safehold Elite. So we'll bolt the Safehold Elite here. And counterspell if we play something nasty. Getting closer to threshold. So now we... if we don't draw land, we're gonna use the Muldrifter, otherwise we're gonna deep analysis. Safehold Elite is much worse than Young Wolf, because when he dies, he comes back as something rather irrelevant. He must think I miss a post. Oh, I don't draw land. God, I miss a land drop. Fillion was going to play Stompy, so now I'm up against a worse Stompy deck. Mental note. I am now at 7. So I can counterspell and use the Sandstorm next turn. He will have 2 1/1s left. But I feel that I can handle that. He will do 5 to me and then 2, 2, 2. Yeah. Think that's okay. But he still has 5 cards in his hand. They didn't have Safehold Elites back in the day. Oh, maybe they did. Where these guys are from 2009, right? Okay, so now we have to have some blockers, like Mnemonic Wall. Whoa! The retro theme goes on. I'm throwing the 2 deep analysis in the graveyard. I think. Looking desperately for more removal. Another Sandstorm. Well, I'm gonna keep that. And the counterspell. don't think the torch does a lot of good here. So, okay, gonna take another 4 and then Sandstorm again. Counterspell doesn't feel very good. Countering the Regenerator. And Sandstorm. With Counterspell mana up. And a Firebolt in the graveyard. Civic Wayfinder. I don't like him. Too much value. The guy still has 5 cards in his hand. Discarding a mountain. Playing Careful Study, I guess. No, I'm gonna wait. Sorry, I shouldn't have played the land. Because Careful Study is really bad. I can Firebolt him. And I'll do just that. Signaling the counterspell. Wow. 1-1, so I didn't counter him. Okay, now I can carefully study. But I think I'd rather just analyze this. Cast the island. Play the careful study. Discard the lands. Oh, he's red too. Okay, we need to counterspell him. But he can now burn us out, cause he is a red-green deck from 2009. So we have to be careful here. Getting red mana. Casting Mental Note. Getting a Bolt. Yes, we only have Muldrifters and direct damage to win. So maybe we should have more X damage. The deck list's content is a little bit unclear. So what do we do against the River Boa that Island walks? Well, we just have to bolt it twice then. I'm gonna deck myself. Okay, so I firebolt you. And then I lightning bolt him. That's card economy. Well, this deck did draw a lot of cards. There are obviously improvements you can do to this deck, because none of those have been done in the last 4 years. Ah! Okay, and we don't have too many counterspells, so I think we are going to die pretty drastically here. Right before we got started with the Muldrifters. Okay, our only way to win here is if he doesn't have Burn. And if he does, he'll win. Definitely need some Hydroblasts for more counterspells. So we are bringing in Hydroblasts, and that's pretty much it. So what do we not need against him? Maybe Deep Analysis is an anti-counterspell. We do need Careful Study. Bolts and stuff. Incinerate is the weaker. I think this is good. Torch should be Rolling Thunder, right? I want to play first. So I think we failed to profit from the giant sandstorm we were going to set up. What do we do here? We discard Counterspell and what? And a bolt, I guess. Ready to counter red dudes, which we will do to fill our graveyard. On the other hand, he is definitely dead to the sandstorm. And that is a much better way of filling the yard. Well, that feels good. Civic Wayfinder. Need to put 2 more cards in the yard. And then we're good, and there we go. I think we can go down to like 12, 14 maybe. We might just storm for value. There's that guy, and we're not gonna have anything to do with him. Torch. Take 1 more swing. And go for red. Maybe it's time to kill them now then. Discard Torch Mountain. Maybe Careful Study should be Thought Scour. That is probably the first change I should do. Whoa! I didn't see that coming. Yeah, I'm gonna block him. I should have some way to use the cards in my graveyard. Though I'm not sure exactly how. Well, we got to sandstorm him again, right? No, we can just Muldrifter ourselves out of the mess. That's not very safe, but fun. Wayfinder. I think I missed like some win condition in the deck, because it feels like I have so few win conditions that I'm always risking to deck myself here. Sword Scour is obviously better than Mental Note, as it can be done towards the opponent. There wasn't a deck list in this video, I just used Mr. Megashell's comment here that he had here about what was in the deck, and I made it in a few minutes. So I don't know what value this is, but I just had to try this. It looked like fun. And it's easy to forget that Magic is about fun if you're a crazy spike like myself. But now I have to find the Muldrifter and ride it to victory, or actually burn him to death. What happened? So, I am casting Swirling Sandstorm. Mental noting this. Oh, I cybered out the deep analysis. Okay, Ace, how do I win this? Probably not by... I have only 17 cards in my deck. There's a Muldrifter at least. Okay, I'm getting rid of that thing. And of the Firebolt. I do have a Firebolt here, right? Yeah, 2 Firebolts, that's 10 damage. Okay, now I have to go for the win here. I'm gonna take the damage from the Safehold Elite. I have 13 damage. But how do I handle the Safehold Elite? I'm not sure, but I need to do damage with the Muldrifter. Wayfinder. Well, I guess I can just Firebolt them, right? Okay, now I should be able to ride this to victory. And I will Firebolt him too. And then I have 2 Firebolts, I have 13 damage here. And that's what I have to try to do. We'll counter any green creature. Counter any red spell. Such as that guy. And I will need to start to cast the firebolts from the yard. He has realized that the Muldrifter needs to die. And he's actually... the Muldrifter needs to hit 2 more times. When I say that I'm filming, please do not talk more with me. I'm confused enough. And swing. So now he has 12, 10, which means that I need to do 1 more damage somehow. And then I can just bolt him out. I am gonna cast Incinerate in his head. Now. This doesn't feel safe at all. That's good. And this is the swing for the win with the counterspell. Yay! Counterburn! Okay, we're off to the 3rd game with Counterburn versus Red-Green Aggro. The giant battle of 2009. But I'm filming this on the 24th of May 2014. 13, I mean. I wasn't that impressed by Careful Study, but I have to get to the Swirling Sandstorm quickly. So I am keeping this board. I will include a link to Scoopphasses video from the 3rd of June 2009. I think he's changing his sideboarding. He also realizes that I have a hard time winning. A really hard time winning. A Muldrifter needs to stick. But Torch is such a clumsy tool to deal with creatures. But Torch is also the way to end the game. Frostburn Weird would be a pretty good addition to the deck as well. Though he doesn't survive the sandstorms. Is there anything that does survive the sandstorms in Pauper? Anything with toughness 6. If we had something with toughness 6, that would definitely fit into this deck. I know Alamog's Crusher has that kind of toughness, but it's way too expensive. Well, I'm going to have Threshold. Am I going to have any lands? No Jaguar, that's a relief. Lightning Bolt Mountain. We have the Sandstorm. All we need is the mountains or the mountains. But I think I got to dig for lands. I can't sit around counterspelling stuff. Sorry, Scoopphasses, for misplaying your deck, which I think I am doing. I'm not. This is not really my kind of Pauper deck. What is he doing? But I shouldn't say anything. I have spent 5 more minutes than he has. I played slow and bad. But it's a fun deck. Sadly, I don't think this deck would do very well against, like, is it Post or another control deck? Please, please! Oh, he has a bad connection. I did find the land I wanted. I'll use my other mana to mental note as well. Am I fishing something good here? Like a firebolt? He has a bad connection. I am 5 minutes behind him in the clock. That's not very good. Very well played by me. I am Swedish, that's why I speak so strange. Sorry about that. I'm trying to improve my English. It's not going extremely well. I feel I have a pretty good grasp of English, but my accent is pretty large. So I am about to let creatures resolve unless they are River Boa, and then proceed to Sandstorm, which of course is exactly what he knows I'm going to do. And then I intend to win with this Muldrifter, who must do 20 damage. No new modern spoilers today for Modern Masters. Quite a large chunk of stuff from yesterday. Nothing is happening. He's attacking with his Wayfinder. It's okay by me. Here's a Scrabclan Mauler. Is that good enough to blast 2 guys? I think it is, isn't it? Especially as I have the extra Sandstorm. So I'll just Sandstorm. And then he'll drop the Blastoderm. And I think I'm gonna let it live for a turn. And go for the Muldrifter and start attacking. Okay, now I have all the defense I need. So I will let Blastoderm hit me 1 turn. And then I'll start working on his life total. More green dudes mean Sandstorm. Obviously most things mean Sandstorm here. How much damage is in my hand? 411. Nothing there. Flame Jab. Wow. Okay. So we're now protecting the Muldrifter. I had nothing of use in my graveyard, right? True. And Sandstorming. More flying creatures, of course, could survive the Sandstorm. What would that be? Here someone cried Delver. That would definitely be an option. There's not much I can throw away here, is there? I will use Careful Study anyway. Uh, Getting rid of 2 firebolts seems counterproductive, but now I have both Counterspell and Hydroblast. That is not okay. Okay, so I have 2 firebolts in the yard, 1 in hand. That's still 11. I got 9 now. Which means that I have to hit him 3 more times. So I'm not counterspelling anything but River Boa. Or possibly Burn. Despite the fact that I have 3 Muldrifters left. So maybe I don't need to counterspell a Burn spell. Do I need to do that? Not sure. I'm not counterspelling him. But sandstorming him. Right. And firebolting. So now I have 7 damage in the yard. So next turn I'm gonna cast a firebolt on him and hit him with the Muldrifter. And then he'll be toast. So I have successfully counterburned him in the Battle of the Giants from 2009. Counterburn won! Thank you for watching, and if you like this, check out the rest of this channel. I do a lot of Pauper content. I have 4 other guys doing videos as well, so we produce quite a bit of stuff. Check it out. We also run a site at mtgostrat.com, mainly about Pauper. It's this site. Yeah, thank you. You've been watching Magic Gathering Strat, and I'm Dan. I'm Swedish and sound weird.